Many refer to the NFL as a grind, and rightfully so. It's a long and physical season. The finish line is so far away, you can't even see it past the twists and turns along the path. But let's start with today. One day at a time, one practice at a time. Sound familiar?
I'm aware of the bonds that were created today. When you told me that sure there's a way.
Virginia Mason Athletic Center. The sleeping giant asleep no more.
The air is much cleaner after it rains. Follow my love, the sentence in spring air. Follow the moment to the sun. There's a call for new beginnings here. Let the sorrow of yester disappear. Let your body be new.
The early mornings of camp are nothing new to the Seahawks equipment staff.
We can start our way up there.
And Austin starts his morning by managing the practice script.
I first started 6 years ago as an intern. Obviously just right out of college, did this in college as well. So, just started from the bottom, worked my butt off, or worked my tail off, sorry. And then, I've got a great opportunity to kind of work for a hometown team because I'm from here. And then, I got a great opportunity to work under EK, one of the greats.
Appreciate you.
Austin was a young man that worked really hard, passionate, a little fiery, which I like a little fire sometimes because he's willing to fight for himself and maybe give me something back. And he has taken over the role as the equipment manager for the team. It was a position that we kind of created a few years ago when Chad Sensabaugh was here, and then he is now departed. So when Austin kind of took that role over, it gave an opportunity because he is able to handle the practice schedule. He understands how the flow of it goes.
First thing we'll do is just grab the script.
His job is to track down every coach in the hours before a cleat touches the grass to make sure they have everything they need.
Kind of get a sense of what questions you can ask in terms of what needs to be, or what needs to be out there at practice for what certain drills.
So it's a practice script. It's gonna tell you, it's a schedule of basically everything that is gonna happen during a practice. So from team stretch to even a water break to individual, to 7-on-7 periods, field goal, PAT field goal, everything, all of that.
Good morning, Hurt. What can I do for you? No, I'm not.
You have to trim it off.
Bowie's 5-0. Protect yourself at all costs.
Austin, or Bowie as he's fondly referred to, has to anticipate what coaches need before they even ask. And sometimes all they need is to give someone a hard time. And Bowie, on this morning, is an easy target.
Oh, that's great. I guess
I don't want any. What do you want?
I was seeing if you need anything.
I'm good, thank you.
Appreciate it, Chad. That's pretty much it until I get out of that meeting.
And then 7:30 is when we'll do like our coaches meeting, just like a brief through the day of what the practice schedule is going to be like. Obviously, Coach Carroll likes to do things kind of off scripts at times, which is, I mean, fun for all of us because we kind of have to adapt to that. But no, we're used to it. I mean, whatever coach wants and whatever is best for the players is what we're gonna do. From that meeting, we get kind of the yard lines and which way we're going. So I just want to make sure I'm adding on here like where everything's at. That way, Darren is able to kind of spot everything and be on track. That way, he doesn't have to keep flipping back and forth.
Man, I'll tell you what, it's been a long time since I've done it. It's changed a lot. I mean, to see, you know, let's say Austin Bowie now is kind of running practice after Chad Sensabaugh left. Austin goes up to the coaches meeting, meets with the coaches. They do their practice walkthrough, what the script's gonna be, how they're gonna go about it. And then the process starts, right? Goes around, gets what they need for practice, comes downstairs. He's got to pass scripts out to the medical staff, the equipment staff. And then when they get out to practice, Austin has to bring a script out to Pete. And then Pete expects practice to run smooth, which besides a game, there's nothing more important about practice for Pete Carroll.
We set expectations really high in these first 4 days now. You know, we've, and I need to see the film here today, but I think we did it again. Guys are flying. To get closer to game speed is as much as possible is what gets you prepared the best. Really, the standard that is set by the guys that have been around and know what we expect here, as well as what the coaches are doing. We're hitting it off right now, you know, and we're in sync in terms of really going for it. And so there's nothing I like more. Why wouldn't we be the best practicing team in football? You know, it's up to us. And so we're working at finding out what that's all about, and we'll see if we can get there.
Yesterday, I told them right before we started, I'm like, we should move this out to the red line because they were finishing at the Jenks sled.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know
And
why we just go the other way.
That or just push out to the red line so that way they're finishing on the sideline.
I've always wanted to kind of do this job. My dad is the director of equipment at Washington State. So I grew up going to work with him, going to practice, going to games. So it's kind of like family business. That's what people say. Like, and when I was getting ready to graduate, I knew I wanted to go work in the NFL. And he wanted me to go work for EK because he said EK is one of the best in the business, one of the most well-respected equipment guys in the NFL, as well as just equipment in general. EK is kind of sets the bar and is kind of the standard.
Our guys are very meticulous, right? When guys come in, they expect their stuff to be perfect. We've created our own standard. And that doesn't mean every other team in the NFL or college has that standard. It's just that we really want to make it perfect. When a guy comes in, there's no questions or complaints. I don't do things very much, so I'm going to get killed for this. But when it comes back to Trev, he takes on that role and he takes pride in what he does and he wants to be a director of equipment. And I'm excited. I'm excited to have Trev and Austin and Darren. They're special guys.
You right. I'm writing Tyler Lockett is my favorite player.
You actually want to hit him?
Who you got? Yes, it does. Hey, who's shooting him? Okay, good. Yeah, this is like my rounds when I asked everybody what they wanted.
Okay.
Stuff kind of gets thrown in last minute, or not last minute, but just kind of out of order. Then it just kind of looks all jumbled up, so I want to make it look clean. That way our guys know exactly what that coach is trying to do. Laura, what's your take on the first day of pads during camp?
It's an awesome opportunity to get better with your peers, and it's kind of the stuff you always remember, you know what I mean? As we go on this journey, it's our first chance to really show what we have. Couldn't do it without Bowie.
All right, don't.
Jokes aside, the connection the equipment staff has with players is built on the kind of respect only hard work and care can earn you.
Huh?
What, famous?
Try to get like you, bro.
Jesus.
Try to get like you. That is the very start of my day.
Training camps, like, you know, get in 6:30 in the morning, stay till midnight, 1 in the morning. It just kind of depends on the day. Put on a lot of like 14, 15, 16 hour days. day to day. We're still getting shipments in from Nike. So we'll try to work on that stuff, but we also have walkthroughs, practice, guys coming up needing stuff. So it's kind of hard to get some of the stuff like checking in shipments from Nike. It's kind of hard to get that stuff done because you're just like, okay, I could start it now, but we got walkthrough in 45 minutes. I don't know if I'll finish, so I'll just wait until after practice. Well, from that time to after practice, that's a 5-hour window.
You got Chase, yeah? You got Chase today? Henry, you know where the DBs are at? You know where the DBs are at? No. That far corner?
I mean, camp just itself, it's a grind. I mean, you're here 7 days out of the week from 6 to 7 to 11 at night for us sometimes, all to get prepped for the season.
Golly! My bad, Cody. Q's, test, test. Test, test, G. How you got no gloves? You come out to football practice and you got no gloves, my boy. What size? X? Hey, Rick, can you run and pull me an XL black fly knit glove for Kobe, please? I got you right here, coach.
With one eye on the clock and another on Coach Carroll, Bowie follows the practice script minute by minute.
2 minutes, coach.
It's equipment's job to care for the players in a way no one else in the building can. They are the gears behind the scenes, keeping the well-oiled machine the world sees on track.
There it is.
To me, the football stuff is football, right? We've really gotten to the point where we've customized everything from helmets to shoulder pads to footwear to insoles now. It's been a big project. We've been kind of looking at things to be able to stick within the guidelines of what Nike and Adidas want us to do to be able to make a better fit for the footwear. The shoulder pads are starting to scan, the helmets are starting to do. So that side of it, it's a lot of work, but that's just part of the routine that you have. The apparel side of it, it's a lot of work, but it's part of the routine. It's the little projects like that, you get a one-off, that's kind of fun. And people don't think you can do it, or they feel like you can't get something done. And it's not like you're trying to prove them wrong, but it makes you feel good when you accomplish it.
That 25 going away from the building. Building side 25 going south. Yes, sir. Yep. Yes, sir. And then we got 3 minutes on there. Are you okay with that? Yeah.
We'll be doing a lot of issuing in terms of like gear and shoes and cleats and all that, in terms of the players, but also coaches and staff as well, kind of in between practices and walkthroughs. So, yeah, I mean, you got a lot of bodies and you got a lot of stuff to get done.
Darren Lazuda has been here for feels like 30 years. Darren's probably been here for 19 years, I think. He's been here for a long time. Darren works on all of our helmets and our shoulder pads. It's one of those jobs that is tedious at times because it's the same thing over and over again. You know, his attention to detail is really strong. I don't know how he does it every day for all these years, but he's very good at what he does that way and making sure everything's real particular. Like, it's just perfect. You know, and for him, it is one of the most important things about his job. Now, when it comes to practice, Darren works with the quarterbacks. Back from Matt Hasselbeck, and probably even before Matt, now that I say that. But Matt and Russ and even Gino and Drew and all the quarterbacks we've had here.
EK, his staff is amazing. They joke around a lot, they have a lot of fun, but they definitely take care of business, make sure that everyone's safe. Day in and day out, you have access to everything you need, from gloves. I mean, just your whole attire. You can walk in and get it, anything you need, they'll get it there for you. I didn't have to do much. They scan my head, scan my feet. I mean, they try to do everything they can, talk about it, make sure that you're at your best when it's time to go out and perform. So, I mean, they do a great job, and I'm happy to have those guys.
I feel like the equipment staff, they don't get enough credit for the things they do. They do so much stuff behind the scenes, and sometimes stuff that we don't know about. The stuff they do, whether it's washing the clothes, preparing the clothes, folding the clothes, just getting everything ready for us so we can have everything what we need at any moment. And I think here they go over and above what needs to be. There hasn't been a thing I've asked for that they couldn't do or couldn't fix, and I've even been here that long. I got a lot of love and respect for that room, and I mean, also outside of what they do for a job, they're a bunch of great people too. I mean, they're always joking around with us, having fun. You know, we really feel like a team together.
Yeah, the equipment staff here is really efficient in their work. They're an extension of the locker room. Well, you know, our equipment staff is right at the end of one side of the room, and so you feel comfortable going in there, kicking it. You know, Eric Kennedy, he creates an environment where you just come in and just chat. And so yeah, you'll see me in there, maybe wrapping a gift or two if I forget something, just asking questions, grabbing some foods. Hopefully somebody brings in donuts, I can grab a piece. It's such a communal environment, and that's huge.
The equipment staff is very important to me as a player. Make sure I'm in the right shoes, make sure I have the right gear, just make sure I'm protected and able to perform at a high level and be comfortable. All of them are great guys, you know, they good to talk to, have great jokes and have great conversations.
The first person I really met was EK, you know, and the equipment staff. You know, I appreciate them a lot.
Oh yeah, you gotta get this. Let's go, show some energy. Oh man, I thought you were going to the spot.
They sacrifice a lot as well, you know, to make sure, you know, we're comfortable on and off the field. And that's what I appreciate the most, you know, just not on the field, but off the field. You know, they take care of us. They made the transition very easy, so I appreciate those guys.
All right, Coach.
For those who know, the equipment staff play a vital role in building a championship-winning culture. Their grind is similar to that of the players.
There's nothing that goes untouched with the equipment staff. Like, they're lights out, they work their tails off, and they're just awesome folks to be around. Like EK, any player that's been in this organization knows that he's pretty much like pseudo-therapist. Like, we'll go and sit on his couch and just, you know, need to air it out with EK, and that's just like one example of them going above and beyond like what they actually do, what they get paid to do. It's just being good folks, making this place a good place to come to work.
And just to build the trust and be a part of these guys' careers and outside life even. It's really special, and I mean, yeah, I'm grateful for it.
And it's really cool once you do build relationships with guys. They'll come in the equipment room in between meetings or something and just hang out, and they're basically a big family here. We see them on Christmas, we see them on Thanksgiving, and so you really get to know the guys, and I think that's something that's really special and something that I guess keeps me going. Just the team family aspect of it all.
Eric Kennedy and his staff of unsung heroes make the transition from day to day appear seamless. And that's why their excellence will help propel this team to reach new heights.
I mean, I've got some great friends that have been through here. Steve Hutchinson, and I mean, I could tell you 100 names, but guys that I take trips with and have fun with, and they come back in here and they see my guys and they treat them like family, and I'm lucky. Obviously, we went to the Super Bowl in 2005. That was a special team, right? It was an offensive team that was built. Holmgren and the staff and Ryan Fieldon did an amazing job. You know, obviously Jim was here for the one, and then into Pete. And Pete is such a positive guy. Like, I mean, how do you not like Pete? I mean, he's just one of those guys, and no offense to Mike, but Pete is just a positive, uplifting, having fun, throwing balls at the hoop and doing just, he's all over the place, but fun. And 12, 13, and this team are different. And same coach, different group, right? And I've heard the last couple of years from a lot of people that this team's like that team. No, they're not. This team's not like that team. This team is unique.
From an outsider's perspective, the equipment staff may slip past perception, and that's by design. They're so embedded in the Seahawks family, they're at the core, the very core. And without their love and their care and meticulous eye for detail, this team is not the same.